So you guys, next week on Smackdown, we have the WWE Smackdown Tag Team Championships, where we will have the Wyatt Six going head to head with the Street Profits. Of course, you guys, we seen backstage tonight when Kathy Kelly was interviewing the Street Profits, and pretty much was overall talking about can you still trust your brother after we beat you next week on SmackDown and retain our tag team championships? Now, thing is, we haven't seen Uncle Howdy like in the past 2 weeks, and it's just been the rest of them. And I think he could be going through something. Not 100% sure, but with them being able to talk, I think that was actually like pretty cool versus like having Uncle Howdy be like the mouthpiece every single time. Now, with that being said, you guys, the opening part of the show started off with Cody Rhodes. He was like, "What do you want to talk about?" Paul Heyman comes up with Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker, and of course Randy Orton just slides from under the ring, I believe, and gets in there. He said, "I'm sorry to interrupt you, Cody." He said, "But we didn't want to talk to you. We want to talk to Mr. Orton." And so they go on to, Paul Heyman goes on to, kind of make Randy Orton realize. He was like, after, we beat you tonight, if Randy Orton gets beat, then, he's going to be like, "Where were you, champ?" But of course, during the main event, and of course Bronson Reed tsunami Randy Orton, you guys, and after he got tsunami, Cody Rhodes was actually out there after he got speared, I think through the barricade or over the barricade. Of course, Seth Rollins came in, to curb stomp Randy Orton and everything. And that's where Seth Rollins was telling, Paul Heyman, he said, "I'm gonna get him." And so after then, Paul Heyman was like, "No, don't do it. He's just getting in your head." And I was like, "Oh man!" And then Cody Rhodes just popped up, you guys. Crossroads, Seth Rollins, and after then, that's where you see this is where Paul Heyman held back Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. Like, nope, don't do it. He got to learn his lesson. So I'm wondering, is this like a slow burn of this Vision group breaking up, or Paul Heyman's turning on who? But yeah, it's gonna be interesting, you guys. Sami Zayn had a great match against Aleister Black. It was gonna be Carmelo Hayes, but we seen Carmelo Hayes was backstage talking to the Miz, saying, "This is over. I don't want to be your partner anymore. This is not no, mid, Miz and Mello kind of like thing anymore." And then you see Miz was getting like upset. Carmelo Hayes come out. Miz planted him with a skull crushing finale. And I was like, "Oh man, here we go. About to set up a good feud right here." Next, you got Aleister Black. He just walks out, no music, no anything. And then maybe we'll set out Carmelo Hayes and Aleister Black later down the line, for, him talking, trash, whatever about him getting attacked, by the Miz. So, of course, Aleister Black, he was doing I would say he was doing very awesome in his match and everything, you guys. But of course, you guys, they weren't gonna let Sami Zayn lose the title. They wasn't gonna let a disqualification happen, which I thought was pretty cool. Only thing that happened was Damian Priest just walked up out there and looked at Aleister Black. He took his eye off the ball, and that's where he got haluva kicked by Sami Zayn and hit the Blue Thunder Bomb. And 1, 2, 3, your winner and still your United States champion, Sami Zayn. So Damian Priest, looks on at him, and backstage later on, he ended up mentioning. I'm still going to talk about it later on, but he ended up mentioning where he wants to fight him in the last man standing match, where I think this may where the feud between these two will end. But of course, like I said, Sami Zayn retains. Who's next for Sami Zayn next week on Friday Night SmackDown? They did announce that he's going to be fighting somebody else. Could it be Shinsuke Nakamura? Could it be Obafemi? I mean, who knows? But of course, Zol Ruka, which is Sol Ruka, that's in the white if you don't watch NXT. And then we got Zarya, that's in the black. She's like from the same place as same country and stuff from like Rhea Ripley. So I think Rhea Ripley is already gonna be a part of the match. But I think Zarya should be a part of the match. So I think they're gonna call those two up pretty soon. Can't wait to see this happen. But of course, she gotta lose those titles. They already had like a little thing going on where the lights were like going out, and then you could see like little green glitches in the screen and stuff like that. I was like, man, what the world is going on here? Of course, looks like Javon Evans got called up SmackDown because Nick Aldis, was like, you have a bright future here on SmackDown. I was like, whoa, wait, what? I was like, okay, but we'll see what's gonna happen, within coming weeks, to see if he's fully on SmackDown or whatever. But they ended up facing Los Garza. It was Ray Phoenix and Javon Evans versus Los Garza. Like, where's Santos Escobar? I haven't seen him in a hot little minute. I think the last time I seen him was when they had the Worlds Collide the first time, and I think that's when they won the tag team titles. But ever since then, I have not seen Los Garzas at all. So wonder what's gonna happen there. Of course, a friendly contract signing where we always think stuff with contract signings, kind of go left. But of course, you guys, that's where Stephen Vaquer, they end up holding both their titles. They shake hands. And I'm like, okay, this is my first contract signing I ever seen where two people actually like got along, no trash talking or nothing like that, because it has no build, it has anything. But we did get Julia to kind of hype everything up. With she attacked Tiffany, attacked Tiffany Stratton. Looks like she has her eyes on Tiffany Stratton. And of course, Kiana James wants to recruit Stephen Vaquer, but Stephen Vaquer, she's too big of a star to be in any kind of like small group, like be on a Kiana James, which is like very crazy in all which ways. But of course, you guys, they still hyped up John Cena's thing. I know y'all seen on ticket prices. I don't even want to talk about it. But anyway, Solo Sikoa was like, something's missing. He said he has Tonga Loa, he has Jason Mateo, he has Tala Tonga, but I think soon enough we're about to get the return of yeah. So I can't wait to see that happen, you guys. But till next time, Chris Russell Views out. I'll catch you guys tomorrow for the Monday Night Raw review. Till you guys, see you guys later. Peace. Bye.